Welcome back, YouTube. This is your boy Bliss right here. Avatar 3 is 3 hours and 9 hours long. Oh my god. What is he finna do with all that, though? That's a lot of footage. Alright then. Let's check it out. While I eat this delicious
9 hours?
sandwich.
Here's one thing you need to do before you start your holiday shopping.
That's too long, bro.
Nine hours.
He like,
What's the final cut going to be? 6? 9 hours? Like, what is his plan? I don't understand.
he wants you to sit there and watch it and don't say nothing.
Hold on. Avatar 2, The Way of Water.
I already looked it up. It's 3 hours and some minutes.
It was 3 hours and 12 minutes. So that was 3 hours. That was a 3-hour movie. I didn't stay for the credits. I don't understand what you're going to do with all that footage. Like, is it going to be like the Lord of the Rings cuts where it's like you know, like your steel box director's cut is like a 6 or 7 hour movie? Like, that's a lot of footage. I don't understand shooting a movie that long and what you're going. I don't get it. It would, to me, what I'm feeling is, and I'm not a director, and James Cameron is the man, so hey, I'm sure I'm out of my expertise here, but to me it seems kind of like a waste of footage. I mean, I guess some of the footage could be used in other movies. Okay, so, it says here, well, audiences waited over a decade for Avatar: The Way of Water. Director James Cameron already has his sights set on the third chapter. And what epic sights they are. According to noted insider Jeff Snyder, Cameron has now handed in his first cut. The first cut of Avatar 3, and it clocks in at 9 hours. That means it's been cut? What do you do? No one's going to now look. I am all about giving director his due and letting him do what he wants, especially if he has a track record, letting the director fully express himself. We see what happened with Zack Snyder's Justice League, and we'll probably never see an Ayer's cut because Zack Snyder's Justice League embarrassed WB and made them look like they didn't know what the fuck they're doing. And as we've been seeing over the past few months and days and all these different, it definitely appears as if they definitely did not know what the F they were doing. And in the future, that may be the same outcome. We shall see. But 9 hours? I don't understand.
The longest movie in history is like 200-something minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look it up and double check.
I'm going to tell you this, and I'm a big Cameron fan. Okay,
I have to look it up.
I'm a Christopher Nolan fan. I'm a George Lucas fan. Okay, I'm a Zack Snyder fan. Okay, I'm a Steven Spielberg fan. I'm a Michael Bay fan. There's a lot of directors out there that I'm a fan of. But I'm not sitting through a 9-hour movie.
That's a job.
That's something that's a work shift plus an hour. That's your shift at work plus you stayed for an overtime for an hour of overtime.
I'll do that now at work.
I mean, it's my belief that a movie should be watched in one sitting. That, depending on the person you are, would need to be split up by threes. 3 sittings, 2 sittings, 4 sittings, like depending on who you are. That sounds like I mean, look, I work from home, so that's something that I could split up and watch all day. But to the normal human, works a job in shifts. That's just not. I James Cameron handed in a cut of Avatar 3 last week, Snyder says, before revealing it that it runs a monstrous 9 hours long. The first Avatar sequel, Avatar The Way of Water, already has a mammoth runtime of 3 hours and 12 minutes. Which still isn't the 4 hours that Zack Snyder's Justice League was, but it's doubtful that audiences would be able to tolerate sitting in the theater for 9. Now, I gotta say, that 3 hours went by, even though I got a little bored with it at one point in the movie, or maybe even a couple of points, I can't remember.
Went by fast as hell.
Being kind of like, all right, let's get the show on the road. I remember kind of feeling like that at one point, and well, I still loved it. I forgot where I was going with it. Of course, I'm just going to have to come back to it if I remember. Sorry. Of course, it's highly unlikely that Avatar 3 will ever come anywhere close to being 9 hours. Of course. You know, like, but Cameron has stated that he wants to complete the movie in its entirety, including all visual effects work, before cutting it down. Interesting. I guess that's going to be one hell of a box set. Oh, I meant to say that it was 3 hours long and it went kind of fast. That's what I meant to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron is insisting on doing the visual effects work for this cut, Snyder reveals. All 9 hours would be fully VFX'd. And then the director's cut will cut it down. And then the director will cut it down. Wow. This man is a different animal. I've worked with him. I know. That means that Avatar 3 is likely to follow the hugely expensive footsteps of its predecessor, with Cameron completing the 9-hour epic before taking an axe to it and chopping it down to something that general audiences will be able to sit through. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, look, I'm that guy that will buy a director's cut, you know, and as a challenge, I would try. Like the old 69er or whatever it was in The Great Outdoors, that damn big ass steak that John Candy had to eat. I would try to see if I could do it. Should Avatar The Way of Water?
Bro, that's a lot, bro. That would be the only time I would actually have to buy food in the movie theaters if I'm there for 9 hours. I would have to have a lunch break and a 15-minute break.
Not find the box office success that it needs. James Cameron has a plan to wrap up the franchise with a third outing, meaning that maybe a 9-hour epic will be exactly what the Avatar fan wants. The market could be telling us we're done in 3 hours, or we might be semi-done, meaning, okay, let's complete the story within movie 3 and not go on endlessly. That rhyme going to play the game. Bars! It says that right there. It's just not profitable, the filmmaker explained.
He says it right there.
Bars! Now than we were when I wrote this stuff. True. Even it's the 1-2 punch, pandemic and streaming, or conversely, maybe we'll remind people what going to a theater is all about. The film definitely does that. The question is, how many people give a shit now? Fortunately, it currently looks like the Avatar Way of the Water will be just fine in that regard, with the long-awaited sequel already bringing in around $16 million at the foreign box office.
It's more than that. It's 434 million. Yeah, it's 430 million. I looked it up earlier.
It's just giving a little synopsis. My God! How many of you would take up the challenge of watching a 9-hour cut? I want to show of hands. I'm gonna pull a poll up. I'm gonna pull a poll up. This is absolutely nuts. Just nuts. Oh my God! 9 hours, and he wants the VFX done. Like, that's way more work for the team. It makes me wonder, like, what's his master plan? How long does the movie have to be released? You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what he's thinking. 9 hours just seems so excessive. You know? Like, I bring a woman to the house, and I know I'm good at what I do. 9 hours is excessive, you know? I mean, most people, an hour is excessive.
That's too long.
What I'm talking about. So, we could push through.
Think about it like this, though, y'all. 9 hours for a movie, it'll be different if you was standing up because you can actually stay awake. But if you're sitting down in a movie theater, seat up, back laying back, surround sounds all around you, you going to sleep. I'm letting you know that right now. After 3 hours, you're going to sleep. Because I remember when I watched Avengers Endgame, forgive me because I am a Marvel fan, I fell asleep like right in the middle of the movie. And that movie was I think it was 3 to 4 hours? Can't remember. I think it was 3 to 4 hours. And I fell asleep right in the middle of that movie.
Do for an hour, just to put the stamp on it, drive it home that I know what I'm doing. But in my experience,
and not only that, if that movie is 9 hours, you can't go see that movie at night. Like, a lot of y'all be like, I'm gonna go see that joint at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You go see that joint at 7, 8 o'clock, you ain't leaving out that movie theater till the morning. Mm-hmm. So you gotta go see this movie early in the morning, like in the morning or the afternoon. By the time you come out, it's gonna be nighttime.
Most people only need about a half hour or less. And with moviegoers, most people only need about 3 hours or less. That's why most movies are around 90 minutes to 2
Yeah,
hours.
it's no way. By the time you came out the movie, it'd be nighttime.
That's why people only need that much. Certain stories need more time, and I believe that's the reason for the 2.5 to 3, or maybe even 4 hour. Like back in the day with stuff like Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. I mean, certain epic movies need more time. But I don't know. Was Ben-Hur 6? Wasn't there a 6 hour on one of these movies? 6. You know what I mean? Let me see here. How long is Ben-Hur? 3.5 hours. How long is the Ten Commandments? Okay, 3 hours and 40 minutes. What's the longest movie to ever come out in theaters?
According to USA Today, Guinness World Records says the longest film ever made is The Cure for Insomnia, released in 1987. The 85-hour experimental film was directed by John Henry Timmis IV.
5 hours?
Theaters? What? 10 of the longest movies ever made.
What did y'all do? Set a world working? That's what it sounds like.
248 minutes. Hamlet, 242 minutes. Gone with the Wind, 221 minutes. Lawrence of Arabia, 222 minutes. The Ten Commandments, 220 minutes. Ben-Hur, 212 minutes. The Irishman, 209 minutes. The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, 201 minutes. Giant, 201 minutes. Malcolm X, 200 minutes. The Godfather Part 2, 200 minutes. I don't know what the hell Cameron's got planned, but this is nuts. Post comments down below, let me know what you all think. 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what he's got planned either. 9 hours, dude. I'm finna be in the movie theaters like this. Probably after like 3 hours I'm in the movie, I'm like this. What? The action, what happened? Who died? What? That's gonna be a lot of people in that movie theater waking up like, what did I just miss? You know, I don't know, but I would take on the challenge to do it. But it's like, yo, dude, this is a long ass movie. We're gonna sit down and watch this for 9 hours. I got things to do. That's a chef, dude. That's job. That's working. You know what I'm saying? That's me going to work, y'all. I'm not joking. I'm going to work. I'm just trying to think, bro. Like, what does he even have planned for that? Like, what's his end game? And then he also says he has a backup plan if he's not if the movie doesn't make a success at the box office, so he's gonna wrap everything up in Avatar 3. So what's the backup plan? Because either way it goes, it seems like so the backup plan is if the movie doesn't do well, he's gonna make the last movie 9. That's too long though. But then again, I heard rumors that if it does do well, he's doing 3 more movies. So that 9-hour movie could be those other 3 parts of the movie. He just smashed them all together. Which is what I'm thinking. He said parts, yeah. So yeah, it's probably it. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all drop some comments down below so I can read them. And I'll see you guys next time. Blisswave out. But 9 hours, good God. Let's check this joint on out, y'all. This shit ain't gonna be sickening. I ain't gonna lie, Capcom has been killing it. Capcom is dipping their balls in some good juice right now. They feeling themselves. They said they made all this money off Resident Evil and shit. They like, man, we ain't broke no more.